let people join in. Oh man, I'm not. Looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this, but not looking forward to this at the same time. It's a stream I have to have, but it's not a stream I want to have, if that makes sense. Hey Eggy. Hey Allie. In 4 minutes I will start my discussion and stuff like that. But right now I'm telling all of Discord. Hey Powie. I will start up the conversation that I want to have with you guys in about 3 minutes. The black screen is the game. I'm going to start a new game on my favorite game while having this, just because I don't think you guys want to stare at my face the entire time. Man. Bad. given the role in Shady Sugu yet to... I want to do a thing where I turn down the desktop audio a whole bunch, because the gameplay isn't important. Hey, Allie! Welcome to the stream. It's not, as I said, as I was starting it up, it's a stream that it's a chat that I have to have, but it's not a chat that I want to have, if that makes sense. But it's gonna be hard. But that's why I'm gonna be playing my favorite game. It's gonna be hang out with you guys. I want you guys to hear this chat. I've had this chat with Allie before. Yeah, I had this chat with Allie like 2 days ago. I may have started it a couple of minutes too early. But yeah, 1 more minute, and then I will hit the play button. Me live. Alrighty then. 2 o'clock isn't coming fast enough, and it's coming too fast at the same time. I'll just start this cutscene now. To start talking as soon as it hits 2, which it should be 2 o'clock is about the time the cutscene ends. I'm gonna turn my computer way low though, since I don't really care about the game sounds today. Alright, it's 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna be talking. Yeah, I hope so. I'm gonna be talking more about my life a lot this stream. I figured that it's something I have to do going forward. It's something that I want my friends to know. I want the communities I love being a part of to know. It's something that some people do know about it. I did vent about it the other day, but the big part of my life right now is my constant ongoing battle with my depression due to the way my life has been up to this point. Because it's not like it's hard to put into words. My life hasn't treated me well so far, between constant verbal abuse, being bullied in school, being bullied by my own family, and stuff like that. And honestly, like, there was a period of time where I got screwed out of Boy Scouts because my grandfather took me out of Scouts for a year because, well, he disbanded the troop that I was in after being called boyless so many times, from like the ages of 10 to even 21, like back in January, that forced me to move. Then there was the whole time that I was in college from 2015 when I graduated to 2017. Yeah, I was my teacher. I did not have a fantastic time at college. My time in college has shaped me to be the person I am today. the way that I'm able to fight through everything today, to be able to talk to you guys, is because of the relationships I've built up, and because of me wanting to show my true side and to be able to. We're not playing a Psyduck. I'm not relaxed right now. Just gonna speed this up. At the end of college, something that I don't think I talked about in depth was my portfolio class and my teacher, Mr. Moody. So, this is April, the week before Easter, 2017. I get a phone call. So like I had a great time at college, by the way. I got into Magic Gathering. I got into playing video games competitively. I got into like doing a lot more. I felt like I was actually doing things with my life at that point. I wasn't like constricted and bound, and I loved that feeling of being like, this is where I'm going to take my life. And then that was ripped away. I wasn't even paying attention, but that was ripped away from me by my teacher, Mr. Moody. We got a phone call the Wednesday before Easter. We were on a week-long in between semester breaks. I haven't been paying attention. Hey, Deck, thank you for following me. But Mr. Moody, we got a call saying that that I had failed my portfolio class. And at first I thought it was because my work wasn't good enough or something like that. Because I'm very down on myself a lot of the time. I try, like, if something happens, it's my fault. A lot of the time, to me, that's how it is. And so, like, I always work hard to make it so that that doesn't happen. And we go onto the website to check my grades, and we learned that my teacher actively did not look at my work, and he actively did not grade my work. And I got a 35% in the class. He did not grade he gave me a 50 on my final portfolio and didn't grade 4 of the 5 projects. Now, that was a gigantic hit, because I was literally about to graduate. If I had finished that class, I had one more semester of portfolio, and then I had my internship, and then I graduated. So, thank you, Theodoreson, for, yeah, I know. Thank you, Theodoreson, for following. But, so, I've been sort of like, after that, I had a month where I did absolutely nothing. I stopped streaming, I stopped playing O's, I stopped playing video games in general. I kind of just laid around. I went to Magic still, because, like, when you put as much time and money into something, you still kind of have to do it to the best of your ability, but Magic was pretty much the only thing I did. I laid around, I watched YouTube videos, I did nothing. Then I went to a memorial for my dad's friend, which we gave away all his old Magic stuff. I won that thing, and that was like a huge boost of confidence. And so I started to build myself back up. I applied to go to my local community college. I started streaming again, very, very infrequently. Hey, we got Cyndaquil, the best Pokemon. I don't care about the save, so I'm just gonna do that. I went to driver's ed. I started learning how to drive. I was looking around for a job. I haven't gone to see a doctor, mainly because I have my own ways of battling my depression, and the ways work fantastically, but I can't. But the best way I deal with my depression is by distracting myself. Streaming constantly helps, and playing Magic helps, and talking with my friends helps out a lot. But, of course, I have to vent every once in a while, and every once in a while, like, I'll have a really bad day. But, like, I have... I constantly, like, play multiplayer games. I keep myself focused. I try to push forward, and I try to do productive things for myself. Because I learned when I went back to I went to Ohio for a couple weeks for the 4th of July. I stayed at my buddy Alex's house. And while I was there, I went and I worked at the local code shop. I'm going to use the term worked, like, very loosely. They had a bunch of cards that they needed sorted, and they offered me, like, in-store credit, which that's what I would have used the money on anyways, because I wasn't really working towards anything except for, like, some key Magic cards that I wanted to build some different decks. But, so I work for a week and a half. And every single day, I have to stop after a few hours. Because working doesn't occupy my mind the same way that streaming and playing competitively does. If that makes sense. Like, it's a problem, and I'm seriously working on it. But, like, if I sit down and say I just sit here and listen to music for a couple hours, or I sort cards for a couple hours, or I focus on one mundane task for a couple of hours, I will slip further and further into a depressed state where it gets to the point that I have to stop. I want to put in this Dan guy name. But it gets to a point where I mentally have to stop. I get to the point where I legitimately think about selling everything and just, like, I don't want to quit life. I don't want to commit suicide. That never crosses my mind, and that's, like, the first thing everyone asks me whenever I talk about this is, do you ever feel like committing suicide? No, I never feel like committing suicide. But I do feel like sometimes when I'm in a depressed state, I legitimately thought about asking the store owner how much he would buy my Magic collection for. And I have two top tier Magic decks that are worth a couple $1,000. And I've got, like, I'm not gonna leave you, Allie. I promise you I'm not gonna leave you. But I thought I was sitting there sorting Magic cards, like, on the night of a Magic tournament, and I straight up almost asked the store owner if he would buy my decks off of me. And whenever that thought crossed my mind, I'd only been working for 2 hours, but I looked up and I said, Richie, I have to quit. I cannot continue working. And that happened multiple times. Like, I would never suicide. I promise you guys, never crosses my mind. Like, I know that I would never, ever do that. But, I didn't want to do that. So, like, I learned throughout those past 2 weeks that I can't mentally hold a job unless that job has me doing multiple different things throughout the day, which I'm not going to be able to find a job like that right now, especially after what happened with college. What happened with the second college, though, the thing that forced me to move to Pittsburgh was, so I got straight A's at the community college, like 100%ed every single paper, every single project in the first semester because I had already done all of that. I was going for the same thing, but the credits wouldn't transfer from my old college, which was weird to me. But I was like, whatever. I didn't enjoy my time there anyways, and I didn't feel like I was learning enough, so I was fine starting over. However, after the first semester of me getting straight 100s, I got nothing from the college. Yeah, I, I'm, I'm, I'm slowly fighting through it, and like I'm almost at the point where I can say like I can start working on things. But after that, my grandfather literally called me a pile of worthless trash, and my grandmother told me to do my chores when I went up to them to talk to them about the fact that I wasn't getting contact about the college and the fact that I was looking for a job. I was like, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, but the big problem with that is we've wasted a lot of money on therapy for my dad too. Like he's gone to therapists too, and like it's not like I don't want the help. It's like I absolutely want that, and I'm super appreciative of the fact that you guys are here with me and allow me to vent my frustrations of the past year here and talk about like this huge burden on me. Like I 100% like straight up tell you I would never wish depression on anyone, even the worst of people. I wouldn't wish it upon. It's the most grueling feeling, and it's just like it makes you like it's this hopeless feeling, and you just sit there. Thank you, Allie. I love you too, Allie. Allie is my wonderful girlfriend, by the way, who I talk to a lot about this stuff, and she helps me through a lot of it. But yeah, it's not fun at all, and like with a name like depression, you wouldn't think it would be fun, and it is a mental illness. But like, it's the biggest problem about it is the fact of how bad it gets, and that being said, I've been finding ways to fight through it, which is like the important thing. And uh, oh, what was I trying to say? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked a lot. It's a hard discussion to have. Uh, and but it's a necessary one, as I said at the beginning of the screen. Whatever. I want the Owenberry. Um, I've been doing a whole lot to fight through this. I've been stepping outside my own personal boundaries because I'm not the type of person that likes to ask for anything. But I'm at a junction in my life where I have to start relying on other people while I get myself back up. I'm like the type of person that wants to be there for everyone else. I'm the type of person that wants everyone else to be happier, to be able to fight their own things. And I've helped a lot of other people through their depression using my own depression as examples of how to get through it. Like going outside every day is a huge bonus, and exercising more, eating healthier. If you have something that you think helps, like just finding something to help you focus on things other than depression. Like that's the biggest thing I'm doing is with this chat, with my streaming, is I spend a lot of my time focusing on not my depression, if that makes sense. I work I work on just bettering my lifestyle, bettering the way I go about my day, bettering everything I do. And I focus on me, I focus on my stream, I focus on my friends, I focus on everything that's not my depression, and over time, my depression is slowly getting better. And I'm able to fight through this myself. And to me, the therapist doesn't feel like a good use of my money. But uh, uh, there's always weeks like this week was an absolutely awful week for me. On Monday, I was super depressed, and I think I skipped my nighttime stream to talk to Ellie. Tuesday, Magica was canceled on me by 3 different people, and I don't blame them. Like, everyone else has their own lives, but, like, Magic is, like, one of the things that I love to focus on. And it's, like, Magic is a huge boon for my mental state because I'm actually good at it, and I go to this card shop where people drop thousands of dollars into their cards, they're super in love with their deck, and then whenever I win, it feels great because it feels like I have to work through something, I have to focus, and it's just like I own this thing. And that's like one of the biggest things. And same way with my streaming. I got affiliated back in July, and that was a huge bonus as well. Back in February, I won my first OS tournament. Yes, I was on a team with Fish, but like we beat. Like I was on a team with Fish, Dextro. Yeah, yeah, that's how it is with me, Yoshi. It doesn't help that I can't drive. I'm actually too anxious to get behind a car wheel. Like I knew I was going to be too anxious to do that. Congrats on level 7, Yoshi. I knew I was going to be too anxious to get behind a car wheel. Even as a little kid, I was like, I'd never want to drive. And I was behind a car wheel for Driver's Ed, of course, and it was not good. I was anxious the entire time. Like, I was on edge, constantly, like, looking at literally everything I could, constantly checking my muse. Like, and while this sounds like a good thing, it does not feel good at all. And I was constantly terrified of driving while I was driving, too. So, that's, like, a huge no from me. But, yeah, it makes getting together with friends hard. But whenever we can get together, it's like that night is just one of the best nights of my week. But Tuesday didn't go well because 3 people canceled Magic on me. Wednesday was probably the hardest day in a while because yeah, I'll think of something else after this discussion because and I thank you all for being here. But um, this after this, as I said, I'll do it after this discussion because this is a discussion that I felt I needed to have. I needed to get this off my chest because I knew that sucks, Yoshi. Um, Wednesday was super hard for me because I was streaming Emerald. I was finishing up Emerald, and I walked downstairs. Hey, ferret. Um, Wednesday was hard for me because I walked downstairs. Like I was in the middle of streaming Emerald. Okay, I walked downstairs because I'm like I haven't eaten lunch today. My shower went on far longer than I wanted it to, and I was like, oh crap, it's 2:30, and so I started streaming. Realized I didn't eat lunch. Said I'll be OB, so I stopped just before I go into the Elite Four. Walk downstairs, throw some hot pockets in the microwave just as something real quick, and I walk downstairs and I see my cat. My cat is laying there, it's shaking. I go and I pet it because I'm just like, I don't know what to do in this situation. And its eyes start to close. And at that moment, I realized that my cat was dying. And so, like, Tuesday I decided to have this stream. Wednesday I watched my cat die. Thursday, I went to the zoo. I had a great time at the zoo. My buddy from Ohio, Alex, came up with my brother and my nephew Jack. We went with my dad, my sister, not technically sister-in-law, but my dad's girlfriend's daughter and her girlfriend. and my little brother Gavin. We went. By the end of it, it was only me, my brother, my friend, and my nephew. But we. I don't want Boris. I don't think my grandparents want Boris either, Ali. They posted on Facebook that they're not looking for another pet right now because they're still like shaken up about Tebow. But on Thursday, my friend and I were playing League, my old friend from college, and it was straight up bullying, and like he straight up made fun of me for not graduating college with him, and like he literally avoided the fact that I was his friend. I hop in the call with him, and he's with his other friends. He's like, hey, he's friends with Alan. I'm just like, I'm also friends with you. Then he spends the entire time completely, like, anytime I do something wrong. I haven't played the game in 10 months. I literally quit League of Legends for a while, and so and like we're going along, and Ben's like, I don't like you, Dan. I'm just like, yeah, I know you don't like me because we went to college together. He's like, and he's like, and one of us graduated college, and I'm just like, don't bring this up. And he's just like, shut up, just because you're not as successful as me. So I literally had to block one of my best friends from college on Discord, and I had to remove him from League. I haven't told our buddy Ryan this. Ryan's the one who takes me to Magic brings me home from Magic on Tuesdays. But it's really hard. But so, and then yesterday I was just out of it. I didn't I I streamed Minecraft yesterday. But my Minecraft stream was just me mining. Yeah, no, I already stopped associating with him. I blocked him on everything. I removed him on League. I unfriended him on Facebook. I was never friends with him on Steam. But like, I just blocked him on everything. But yesterday was not a good day for me, and I just said, I'm going to stream Minecraft. I messaged my buddy Alex, I messaged Elect, I said, yo, you two, I want to play Minecraft today. We kind of just chilled. I spent the entire time in the nether, died a bunch, had a couple of laughs, but it was really hard yesterday for me to stream. And then, especially because I knew today's stream was going to happen. Like, today's stream is a stream that I have not been looking forward to. I straight up messaged Ali, like, half an hour before I started. I straight up said, this is the first time in 9 months that I'm not looking forward to a stream. Which is not a good thing, because, like, on Tuesday I was looking forward to the stream, because it's like, I wanted to connect with you guys, I wanted to tell you guys about myself. I'm basically telling you my life story. But, so, okay, Yoshi, thanks for stopping by while you could. But, it's fine that you didn't talk during yesterday's stream. But, I was, what was I talking about? But no, today, thanks for hosting me, Ali. I messaged Ali, I was like, today is the first time, congrats on level 1, Ali. Today was the first time that I did not look forward to a stream, because while I was looking forward to the stream on Tuesday, whenever I talked to Anthony, I messaged Anthony, I was like, hey, Saturday is an important stream, can I add everyone on the server? He said, yeah. Boyson and Fish both said we appreciate if you didn't add everyone, so I didn't add everyone on Fish's Discord, and I didn't know what to post on Boyson's Discord, so I kind of just didn't. But it's fine, because most of the people there are Anthony's anyways. So I knew, like, I messaged them immediately the moment I talked about, the moment I thought about the stream. Well, the moment I decided that, hey, I'm doing this stream, I have to do this stream. It's a stream that you don't want to do. It's a stream you don't want to have, but it's a stream that you have to have. And once it's over with, it's going to feel so much better for me as both like as a person and in general. It will feel so much better once the stream is over with, and I knew I had to get it over with eventually because like it's something that I've been debating doing since January when I moved up to Pittsburgh. My back itches. But the biggest thing is that my stream itself has been a major help because it's one of these things that like I can put just enough effort in. Like I put more than just enough effort in, but like it's one of those things that like on a bad day I can put just enough effort into to have a good stream. Wow. Yeah.
We're going to take Tebow to the Humane Society rather than trying to go in the yard.
Okay.
But they offer that service, so that's where Ryan says they take all their dogs when they don't.
Okay.
So we'll be back. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. Streaming itself has been an experience that I have thoroughly enjoyed over these past 8 months, and I'm still going to continue streaming. Don't make me think that. Don't make me saying this make you guys think that this is going to end the stream, because it's not. Because streaming has been a thing that I can work towards making like the stream better. I can work. It gives me. It gives me something to be excited about. It gives me a feeling that I'm actually able to do something for other people, even though I have a really small audience that actually comes to every stream. And it's a huge boost of confidence, like anytime someone new starts watching and is super nice, or anytime like anytime like I'm able to joke with the chat. It's like it's a huge breath of like relief and confidence that I'm able to push forward this content even though I may not necessarily be feeling the best. It's like I just have to sit down, I have to open up OBS, and I have to hit the start streaming button. And while I'm not streaming the same hours I did back before I moved to Pittsburgh, where I would stream when I woke up at 10 a.m. till 1 a.m. when I fell asleep, and I would have 13, 14 hour streams literally every day. I may not do that anymore, but like the fact that I'm able to continue pushing out, and I'm able to continue doing this, is like huge for both me and my mentality, because as I told my dad on Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday now. As I told my dad on Wednesday, having my stream is just me having a way. It gives me something to work towards. Okay? I know that partnership is a long, long way away. I barely average the 3-4 views for affiliation. But while it may be like a super long time away, congratulations on level 2, Power, by the way. While it may be a long, and this is the part of the stream that like I was dreading the most, is because I knew I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about my stream and my viewership in general, and I'm trying to not sound like I'm using my depression, and I'm gonna try not to sound like I'm using like my own mental health and stuff like that and my own desires to push forward and try to build my audience out of you guys. But like I want to, like, as me, I want to push for my stream as much as I can. But I'm absolutely awful at building up a community and advertising myself, if that makes sense. I was only able to like bring myself to even tell people personally that I was streaming today because this is a personal stream. Like it's still a public stream. Like the VOD's still going to be saved. I'm still going to link it to the people who couldn't make it out today because I want them to watch it. But like, as someone who is trying to improve stream quality as well as be the best streamer I can be, and like my stream gives me goals, it gives me aspirations, it gives me something to focus on. Recently, with the things that I do to help me battle my depression, I have been looking forward to streaming. I start streams early, like not just like today where I started early to let people get in here. I legitimately start streams early because I'm excited to play the games for the people that like to watch me. I've been super excited about it, and it's like these small things mean a whole lot more to me because it's a thing I can work on, and it's a thing I know how to work on, but it's not necessarily a thing I know how to proceed with working on, if that makes sense. Which I hope it does. But my stream helps me significantly through my depression because of the community, because of the small community, and because my friends watch me, because my friends cheer me on, because my friends want to support me as best as they can. And so something this is the thing that I said was only going to matter to the people who continue watching me after this stream. We've gotten past like the super depressing part of the stream where I talked about like my life, my depression, stuff like that. Now we're going to be on to like the whole I'm hoping to not sound like a sellout is the portion I'm going to call it, because those were my exact words to Ali earlier today, was I hope I don't sound like a sellout when I do this, but I'm trying to figure out the best ways to expand my community, trying to figure out the best ways to pursue streaming, because I know that it's not like a very good thing to pursue, but it's something that I can actually pursue. Like, I'm also pursuing Magic, kind of. I'm going to a big event next month with my buddy Ryan. I'm probably going to play, in fact, I might play Spirits, which I know that people who aren't into Magic don't necessarily know what I'm talking about with those two decks, but, like, streaming in Magic is something that I know I can pursue. I'm trying to find more things I can pursue. But for streaming, like, the big question that has to be asked from my perspective is, what do the people I know I can get to watch my streams, even if it's very rarely, like, what do they want to watch in a stream? And again, like, I'm trying not to sound like a sellout, and I'm not trying to not sound like I'm using my depression as a as a thing to try to get you guys to watch me. That's absolutely not it. I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out what people and the PWMW community and Boyson's community and Fish's, or in the O's community, what they want to see out of a streamer like myself, because those are the communities that I relate to. Those are the communities that like I'm a part of, and it I may be slowly building up my own community, but uh, it's like I don't want to build a community off of a fake me, if that makes sense. Like I don't wanna go, hey guys, look at me, I'm just another generic Fortnite streamer, and like try to build an audience that way. Because that's not what I stream for. I stream for my friends, I stream for my community, I stream to interact with my chat. I stream to fight. I stream as a constant thing that actually legitimately helps me through my day-to-day life. And the communities I'm a part of have shaped the way that I view video game. Well, I've built my own opinions and stuff on video games, so I can have serious discussions with people about the video games that I do play. But I'm having like I'm in a moment where if I do want to push for partnership, but don't know how to build a community or what my community or what any potential people for a growing community would want. And I'm not saying like, hey guys, you should come watch my stream every day. I'm saying if you guys were to watch me in the future, what are the type of things that you want to watch? Because I promise you that every stream is not like this, believe it or not. I think Ali and Ferret and Niggy and can uh can attest to this, that most of my streams are more centered around the viewer experience and being a positive place for my community, if that makes sense. And I know it sounds super sellout, but like I genuinely do. Like I ask every day. I ask like Ferret, I ask Ali, I ask Shady when he's here, I ask Anthony sometimes, I ask what he wants to watch. I ask like the people in Fish's Discord. I go, hey guys, what do you want to watch today? And I'll stream it. I'll literally stream anything that that I can tolerate. I just chose to play Red Rescue Team for this stream because it is my favorite game. And it's something that I know I can sit here and I can collect my thoughts if I lose my train of thought, because it doesn't really take me a lot to play this game. Even though I do love it, it's like I understand why it's not the best of games, even though it is my favorite, and I understand like why people don't necessarily want to watch it. Don't worry for those of you who did watch my stream playthrough. That save still exists. I I just have it set off to the side and saved for me to have it on a future day. But like today, I wanted to just sit down and play through the game. Yeah, I know that's the case with you, Ferret. And Ali too. But like I know that there's a fair amount of being able to advertise myself and a fair amount of being lucky when it comes to building a community, but I want to build a community out of people who don't care who care more about the streamer than about the games played, which is what Ali, Iggy, Ferret, Yoshi comes because he's my friend, so I guess that counts. I think he enjoys my streams too. Um, Princess, who's been showing up recently, likes me because I'm a nice person and likes and has literally come for every stream that she can come for. Um, it's just like I have no idea how to go about that advertising and building up of a community. And it's like I don't want to at every server I'm in, like, hey guys, at everyone, Fireherd FH72 playing the hardest games, because that's not me. I can't do that. I'm the same way as Maboyson is, because Maboyson has the same thing where he's absolutely awful at advertising himself. But like, if I could go back in time, what could I change? Straight up, I could talk to my teacher and be more adamant about checking my grades. Like straight up, that's I know you're still in high school, Ali. When you get to college and you're in charge of keeping track of your own grades, check literally every day. If something doesn't get graded, complain to the school immediately. Because once the semester is ended and grades are submitted, there's nothing they can do. So if I could go back in time, I would be constantly checking my grades. I would constantly be on his ass about grading my stuff, and I would focus on some solo projects as well, because that's something that I didn't do. Was I was straight like hardcore like focused on I was hardcore focused on making sure my portfolio was good, rather than focusing on bettering myself and having my own personal things that I could do that I could fall back on. Also, I wouldn't have quit streaming for you. That was a huge mistake. I actually had an audience, and like I would constantly pull in like the 20 to 30 viewers. I didn't get affiliated back then because there was no affiliation system. There was only the partnership system at 75 viewers. But I would have not quit streaming for you, and I probably could have been partnered by now if I didn't do that quitting streaming for you thing. I'm gonna go deposit items. I would also push way harder to get back into scouts. As I said, there was a year or two where my grandfather had taken me out of scouts because we weren't getting the people in for a general meeting, and because we weren't getting those people in, my grandfather disbanded the troop and instead of letting me and my brother focus on getting our last couple of merit badges. And then by the time I joined Troop 192, I was 16. I had 2 years to get 5 merit badges, 5 or 6 merit badges that were like incredibly difficult to get merit badges. I think I finished light. I definitely finished at least Star Scout. I could have finished Life Scout though, but yeah, that's another thing I would change. Like there are some things that are on me that I would change, but like there's a lot of things that uh there's a lot of things that were out of my control that have led to me to be in the position where I am now, where I actually have to try to focus on building up a streaming community and trying to get over my own fears and doubts about streaming, sounding like a sellout, and get over my own embarrassment because there are some things that I do that many other people would never even come close to admitting that they would even want to partake in, and it's not drugs or alcohol. It's it's not that I don't have other options, Kate. It's a matter of my mindset has been utterly destroyed through the past 11 years of constant verbal abuse, bullying, uh, being fucked over by 2 colleges. It's like they're streaming to me is something that I can do, and like I'm finding other things. Like I'm building up, and I'm starting to get to the point where I'm feeling more comfortable coming forward and trying new things, and like I'm gonna try looking back into colleges here soon. But this week was hard for me, and today is like the end of a very hard week. I'm ending the hard week with a hard discussion. But that's the thing, though. Yeah, I did look at that kite. Um, but the biggest problem with my depression is my mindset, and I'm slowly changing it for the better, if that makes sense. And I hate it. Why is my room so hot? I'm turning the AC on for a couple minutes. Sorry if you guys can hear it. And it's not like I don't want to accept the help. It's a matter of it's I have if you have something that works, why change your thing that work? Why try something new to fix a problem that you already have a fix for? If that makes sense. Cause yeah, I 100% fully agree with you, Kate. And it's not like I'm taking depression medication or whatever. There's activities and stuff like that, like that I'm partaking in, and like I'm improving my lifestyle, and I'm improving my overall betterment. I'm improving my mindset. Stuff that the therapist would help me do, I'm doing myself, and and I'm slowly building up my old mentalities and my old uh so to answer all of your questions, I'm not working out, but I'm constantly exercising. I take a walk every day. I eat outside. My family eats dinner outside every day, so I am getting out enough sun. Uh, my I stay in place from during my streaming hours. I've been getting on my computer earlier to play League with a friend, so I am staying in one place kind of a lot, and but my I do have my blinds down. I'm not down. yeah, I did take my blinds down. That's the word I was looking for. And like I'm working constantly on not only bettering my mindset but bettering my lifestyle. I'm a much healthier person now than I was before I started fighting against my own depression. And that's what I mean by like I found my own ways to battle it, and I'm not taking any medication. I'm not taking any drugs. I'm not doing any drugs. I'm I've just found a way for me to calm down in my worst of days, and I found things I'm excited to do. I found things I can work towards, and as I said, I'm almost to a point. Like this week was awful for me, but I'm getting over this week, and like I got over this week relatively quickly because I honestly thought about not doing today's stream just because of how this week went, but I'm able to do what I know I need to do. Yeah, Kope the homie, we crushing on the bronze leaderboard, but I'm able to do the things that I need to do to improve my mindset, to improve my healthiness, to improve my lifestyle. And like I eat 3 meals a day. And for breakfast, I tend to eat like Rice Krispie treats or Cheerios or something healthy, and the cereal with a glass of orange juice, banana or two. For lunch, I tend to eat leftovers from the night before, or hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, or like just something quick that I can grab and I can eat it and then start up stream. And then for dinner, my grandparents make like pork and pasta and like that kind of thing. Like I eat healthy every night. I glass of milk with dinner every night. On top of that, I take walks. I sit outside a lot. I work extremely hard on my depression and making sure that it doesn't get the best of me anymore. It's something that I wasn't prepared for. I'm not gonna lie. Back whenever I first started talking with people about it, I thought it was just me having like a really bad week or whatever, and then it didn't stop at that. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And like I started talking to more people, and I was just like, it might be depression. More when I talked about it, I was just like, it actually most likely is depression. So I started, I want to say back in March. After I made the trip home for Mother's Day, where I realized that I mentally can't go back to my home in Ohio. That's when I said something's wrong with my mindset, and I've been working super hard to make sure that I don't let my mindset get the better of me anymore. Like this week was bad, yes, but like yeah. Um, another problem with me getting a job is the lack of previous work experience is actually awful for job interviews. Because like I have looked for a job, I have actually gotten interviews, and I have actually gone in and talked, and it's just like and 9 out of 10 questions on most interviews in my area, especially for part-time jobs, are like, where can you find previous applications that would help us? And I constantly have to revert back to like, oh, in Boy Scouts, like I help you, Hugh. In Magic, I help you. At the coach shop, I help you, Hugh. I am able to work. I am able to work if I'm kept busy, so to speak. I can't be sitting there doing one thing for hours at a time. Like say I worked at McDonald's. Like say I could do burgers for a little bit, then fries for a little bit. Just constantly. If I'm kept busy doing different things throughout the day, like that's something that I know I can do. Yeah. Um. So like I I'm I'm almost back to the point where I can start looking for jobs again. I'm almost back to the point where I can start looking at colleges again. I'm almost back. I'm extremely close to that point. And it's a massive improvement for me. And it might just be because I'm stubborn or whatever, but this is something like I was talking with my cousin recently, and he also battled depression for a little bit and couldn't get a job for a couple of years. And what am I thinking of? Uh, sorry. It's, and he's like the one thing he the thing he said to me is the one thing that no one can deny is how hard of a worker I am. And congratulations on level 25, Ali. Um, and that's one of the things that I haven't brought up is that I need to bring up in interviews is the amount of time and effort I spend just working on stuff. Like I, I, I spend whenever I know I can work on something by myself, or something I know I can do by myself, then like 9 times out of 10, I would prefer to work on it my own way and stuff like it's hard to explain, but basically I need to start talking about my time in college on top of my time at the card shop and the other place whenever they ask me like tell us times that you went above and beyond like to help other people, and I can just be like when I work on projects or stuff like that, or and instead of saying oh I whenever I beat someone in Magic it helps out a lot. Like I think that I think that that's another big problem with me getting a job has been just like I feel like I talk about the wrong things sometimes, if that makes sense. And like, yeah, I know that like not work gets monotonous and stuff like that, and that I need to be able to work through that. But like as I said, I'm almost to that point, and like when I get to that point, I know that while I will focus on trying to get a job. Like I think that, so it's not gonna be this month, because this month my buddy and I are preparing to go to an event called SCG Syracuse, which stands for Soda City Games Modern Open in Syracuse. And I'm gonna be spending like this next month because it's going to be a huge Magic event, 1,000 people. First place gets $5,000. And while I don't think I'm gonna get first place because there's going to be pros there, it's something I want to work on because, well, this isn't a because statement. It's like this is something I have to work on if I want to do well. Because top 6 people gets $100, top 32 gets 500, top 16 gets no, top 32 gets 250, top 16 gets 500, top 8 gets 750, top 4 gets 1,000, second place gets 2,500, and first place gets 5,000. And like, I'm not gonna go to a 1,000 person Magic tournament with pros and not, and like, I'm gonna spend this month preparing for it and getting ready for it, and then after that, um, while I will still be streaming constantly every day, 2 to 5 and 8 to 11:30 whenever I can. After that is probably when I will focus on getting a job and focusing on that aspect and like being able to actually make money to, and like the biggest reason I do want a job is so that I can improve my stream quality, which like I don't know if like that's a really good mindset whenever like I want to put everything I can into my stream, but like that's just the way I feel like I want to go about it. Is I want to get a job. I want to focus on it. I want to focus on furthering the things that I know help me be me, which are my streams and Magic. If thanks for stopping by. Thank you. That actually means a lot to me that you'd want to watch the stream more. Um, I don't know if that's the right mindset to go about getting a job, but it might be the mindset I have to take. Because I think I think the biggest problem with me getting a job so far has been when I talk to my grandparents about it, and when I talk to my dad about it. They talk to me about getting a job so that I can support myself and basically has something to do. And I don't think that's the right approach. Congratulations on level 1, but I'm just gonna eat this. Um, my approach of I need to get a job to further my stream, to further benefit my Magic career, to further benefit like the things that I enjoy doing. I think that's a much better mindset of I need jobs so I can get money so I can further these things. Is a much better mindset than I need a job so I have something to do. Cause I don't think you should focus on getting something to do. I think that the that's the yeah. It's not like my days don't have structure. Um, But a structured day, I don't know if this is the case anymore, but a structured day for me has been, in the past, a structured day has been a bad thing. I don't know how to explain it any better than that. And it's not even just like a depression thing. It's like I like to have a freedom in the way I like to go about things. Congratulations on level 1, by the way, Kite. I probably should have disabled Makuya levels for the stream, but bye Iggy. Um, happened. I'm bad at keeping track of what I'm talking about. I know that. Um, I think the best way to put it is, I can't have a structure where I'm working the same times every day and doing the same thing at the same time every day. Yeah, I know we don't live in that world at all, but um, my mindset just crumbles if I'm forced to do the same thing at the same times every day. And like I found that streaming is an exception, but and like I'm not even, and as I said, I don't know how it would be now because of the leaps and bounds I have made for fighting depression. Because like loss used to be loss. For example, back in April when my boyfriend broke up with me, that was a loss I would consider the equivalent of losing my cat, because like my boyfriend and I don't talk anymore, even though he said he wanted to be a very good friend to me still. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna like, to me those are equivalent losses because like it's losing something that I loved and held dear. Back in April when I started battling my depression, that took me a month to get over. And it was super hard on me. I quit a lot of things. I let my depression take over for a little bit. And I spent a lot of my time venting and just scraping by my day to day. And Tebow's death on Wednesday, yes, I'm still sad about it, but I'm able to push through. I'm able to continue streaming. I'm able to have this stream right here where I'm having like this discussion where I'm talking about myself. I'm trying to I'm trying to let you guys know me as a person rather than the person who's behind the stream or whatever, like the one who's joking the entire time and having fun with his friends. Because like, although that is me, like this is the part of me that most people don't get to see. But like, Tebow's death on Wednesday, while I am still shook up about it, like I was crying on Thursday whenever I walked downstairs and saw his water bowl and food dish, and like, yes, it's hard, but my composure has been significantly better. And and hell, even being able to sit down and talk about this. I couldn't, I swear to you, hell, a month ago I couldn't do this. Like, I was actually at my friend's house for 2 weeks, and I told his mom absolutely nothing. Even though his mom, I literally call his mom mom. I couldn't talk about this. And like, yes, I get it's easier to talk into a microphone. I get it's easier to talk when no one is talking back. However, I spoke with my dad about this. I spoke with my grandparents about this. Like, I'm sitting down and I'm able to talk about it. I'm able to um, I'm able to talk about important things. I'm able to bring to light the hard topics, and I'm able to get over my own insecurities now. And my mindset is improving, and like I'm not even like trying to brag or anything. I'm just trying, and I'm not trying to be like I'm not trying to be like bratty and be like, I don't need therapy. I'm saying that I'm making leaps and bounds, and I'm hoping that one day, one day soon, I will be able to. Well, not hoping. I know that one day soon, I will be able to look at schools again and look at jobs again and finally get my life back on track. And my life is almost back on track. It's just there's like some kinks that I have to do, and there's some like weird things that I have to focus on. And like, yeah, I have to have a different mindset than most people. But just because I have a unique mindset to battle my depression, and my unique mindset is actually working and helping me battle my depression, and my unique things are helping me battle my depression, doesn't like, yes, I probably should talk to a therapist. Like, I agree with you 100% there. However, talking is hard, and like being able to talk now is a huge improvement. And maybe someday soon I will go talk to a therapist about everything. And just being able to talk to my friends and my family now is feels like enough to me, because I'm able, by talking to my friends and family, to be able to talk to you guys, to be able to have stuff to focus on. I'm able to do the things that a general therapist would do without spending the money or time to go see a therapist. Because even like the therapist would want me to talk about how my grandfather verbally abused me for 10 years, and how he made me quit scouts for a little bit, and how my teacher did the things that he did, and how much college affected me as a person. Like, he that's what he would want me to talk about, and that's what I'm able to talk about here. He'd put me on a structured thing. He'd probably tell me to quit the thing that I do that helps battle depression, because it's super weird, it's super embarrassing, and he's just like, you don't need this. I want to give you something else to focus on. And like, well, he might not. He might encourage it. The Yeah, I know I can't really know what a therapist will say. I do know that therapy, the therapists in Pittsburgh are fairly bad, because we wasted a lot of money. Yeah, and like, um, what am I thinking? Maybe. Um, the thing, the thing that proves to me that my perception of all this is right is because of the major change. Because it's not like I'm sitting here and going, oh, overnight I got better. It's like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, I couldn't do this. I couldn't sit down and talk. 3 months ago, if TiVo died 3 months ago, I probably wouldn't stream for 2 months. I would have not gotten affiliated. I probably wouldn't have gone home to visit my buddy Alex and stay there for a couple weeks. Wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't even be able to think about, like, hey, I should be getting a job soon. Like, I wouldn't be thinking about that. I would be thinking I should be getting better soon. And I've been excited to do things. I've been sitting here and I'm like, I have something I can work on, rather than I should find something to work on. Like, it's an entire mentality change that has taken me 8 months. Is 8 months? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, 8 months. After 8 months, I'm finally able to say I'm genuinely excited about things again. I can genuinely be happy about things again. I am not afraid to cut the people out of my life who are actively destroying my mindset. Like Thursday, one of my friends brought up the fact that he got graduated from college and was making fun of me and berating me the entire time and being a general bully. Like, I was able to, like, the moment he went too far, I immediately cut him out. Immediately, like, without a second thought. But, like, when a couple months ago, he did this exact thing a couple months ago when we were playing. Like, we went out to play Magic and he was talking about it too. But I wasn't able to cut him out then because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. And I was like, yeah, he hurt my feelings and all, but he's still my friend. Like, eh. But, like, he's known for doing this in the past. He did it whenever I got my copy at my place at a Noble Heart because my grandparents got them for me as a Christmas present. And yeah, and back to what I was saying a little while ago, Kite. I will. I'm going to see how this month goes. Ryan and I are playing. My buddy Ryan. I shouldn't just say Ryan and I. Ryan is one of my best friends from college. Yeah, I'm not a. I'm not. I know I'm not on a path that people would accept. You're 100% right about this, because it's a path that took me a while to accept, but it's what works for me. And I'm going to see how this next month goes, where I'm going to be focusing exclusively. Like, yeah, I'll still be streaming this next month, but I will be focusing exclusively on Magic because I'm going to the big Magic tournament next month. I'm going to see how, like, I'm going to not play my deck that makes me think. I'm going to play my super linear deck because it's better right now, and I'm going to focus on whatchamacallit. At the end of this month, well, not at the end of this month, after the SEG event, where I'm going to be sat in a room with 1,000 people playing Magic, and, like, yes, I'm going to be focusing on Magic, but, like, I'm going to be focusing on Magic for an entire month. And I'm going to, after that month, I'm going to start looking at jobs. I'm going to start looking at colleges again. I'm going to start pursuing things that maybe I wouldn't have been able to pursue. And that's when I will know 100% that's when I will know how far along I am, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think this is an upswing. I think of this more of like my mentality has been like a graph. And, like, yeah, well, I don't know if a graph is the right word. Um, you can see the mouse, right? If I put it over, yeah, you can, kind of. This probably won't be the best example, but like my mentality has been like this. If like this is me in January, super down here, I was up here about February because I won the O tournament. I was feeling good about myself. Upswing, upswing, and then like go down here for April. So here will be April, and then upswing, 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 and then like Ohio in March, and then it's been like a steady incline until I feel like I'm right about here on the graph, like super high up, like almost back to normal status. Cause like this entire conversation, I kid you not, I'm barely even looking at this game. I'm literally just going through the motions because I played this game 50 times. I beat this game for the 50th time on stream this year. And my mind has been entirely focused on, like, yes, I'm reading the chat, but my mind has been entirely focused on this one thing. And yes, it's only been an hour and a half, but like that's how long it took me back at the beginning of July to slowly fall into my depressed state. And I don't feel depressed at all. Honestly, being able to sit here and talk hasn't been stressful. It's I'm almost tearing up about this. It's a major relief, and I'm happy that I'm able to sit here and talk. I'm able to sit here and talk for an hour and a half. Just about one thing. And while it may be a very sad, it may be a very hard subject to talk about, I'm legitimately happy that I'm able to sit down and talk about this, no matter how hard it may be to talk about. And like, my biggest fear coming into this wasn't that I wouldn't be able to do it. Like that's not a problem at all. I knew I was going to be able to do it. My biggest fear coming into this, and you can ask Allie, because I was speaking to Allie about this. I was speaking to Boyson about this even. My biggest fear coming into this was I was seriously afraid I was going to sound like a sellout. Like I was making excuses for my depression to be like, hey guys, my depression is going to make me be, my depression allows me to stream every day, and I would appreciate if you could support me all you can. Uh, and I'll do whatever you want, as the kind of streamer I am. Like, my biggest fear was I would sound like a complete sellout using my depression as a reason to force you guys to watch my streams. That was my biggest fear. It wasn't because that's not who I am. I wanted to have this chat to tell you guys about this darker side of me. It's something I should probably do, to be completely honest. because like if I do want to push, because I really truly do want to push for partnership, and so like I should advertise myself more. I should sell out at least a little bit, but like the sellout thing, I didn't want my depression to be the sellout point, if that makes sense, and that's what I was like. I suppose that's a way of looking at it. I do plan, as I was talking about, I do want to see a therapist eventually, but I don't want to go see a therapist if it's going to be a waste of money. And that's what I'm going to see next month. I promise you, if after the SCG tour, I get a job and I find out that I can't hold that job without starting to break down mentally, I promise you I will see a therapist. But I need to I need to know how much I need. Cause like yes, like a month ago, like before I want to say that I started taking everything extremely seriously a month ago. Like the ways I improve my depression, the ways that I fight my depression, the ways I improve my day to day life, the ways I try to be healthier. Like I started I started playing Just Dance and walking more after I got back home. I took I took a bigger role in the biggest thing that helps me. Like I caved in and I like took it. I took that more seriously, despite it being embarrassing for me to do. It's something that I've accepted of myself. It's something that Allie helps me with. But like this past month has been me fully focusing on bettering myself because it's like me being unable. It's not streams are not my substitute for therapy. My streaming is something that I've continued on with because it is something I have been mentally able to do, and now it's something that I look forward to doing. It's something I'm legitimately excited about doing, rather than something that like I guess I should stream because my computer's right over there. I can get out of bed, walk over to my chair, sit down, and hit the start streaming button because I'm just lazy and have everything set up for the day before, just so I have less work to do the next day. Which I guess isn't being lazy; it's just being prepared. But um, streaming isn't my way of battling depression. Streaming is like my streams are just something that I can do. That's something that I've found the ability to do, and I'm not trying to substitute it for therapy at all. It, it's quite the opposite. I use streams. Well, I don't know what the opposite of it would be. It's something I do after. It's something that I do to kind of gauge like how well I'm doing, if that makes sense. I constantly I've already said this, but like this past month, I've started being excited to stream again. I'm starting to enjoy streaming again. I love streaming, but but again, I've had to take sacrifices this past month. Well, not sacrifices. Like I'm not sacrificing anything. It just feels like I'm sacrificing something because the thing that I do, I'm not going to mention it by name. Very few people know that I do it, and even fewer people know what it actually is. But it's fairly embarrassing for me to partake in but I've bitten the bullet. I've started to I pursued it, and I made it so that like this actually helps me. I'm going to give in. I'm going give in quotations. Like I'm going to actually like take it moderately seriously. I'm going to do everything in my power I can to push this part of my life and stop being embarrassed about it. And uh, on top of that, like that's like my substitution for therapy. Like I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Like I found something that works for me that requires significantly less money than therapy would, and I've decided to follow through with that as opposed to going to therapy because I'm not like I don't think therapy would help me, but I don't know for sure. As you said, it's a case by case basis, and I should go to therapy. But when I have things I'm working on, I have things I can finally feel like I'm pushing for. Like I feel like I'm able to actually work through things now. And now that I'm at this point, this is the point where we see. Uh, this is the point where, as I said, I'm working on the Magic tournament for in the next month. But this is that point where I see how far I've come. This is the point where I gauge, do I actually need the therapy or are my own things actually working? And I promise you guys, at the after SCG Con, well, after SCG Syracuse, if it turns out that this has just been an upward swing, if it turns out that if it turns out that these things aren't helping out as much as I think they are, as much as I feel they are, as much as I, in my mind, know they are, I promise you guys I will go to therapy. But for now, I want to focus on growing my community. I want to focus on being a better streamer. I want to focus on the Magic tournament coming up. And then after that, I want to get a job so that I can get a better computer, so that I can build the Magic decks I want to build, so that I can help pay for food and stuff, so that I can do the thing that I want to do, well, do the thing that I feel the need to do that helps me battle my depression, and, like, do that without having the awkward, embarrassing conversations with my family to, like, order the things and stuff like that. Because it is a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle of mine. It is something that I've accepted, and is something that Allie has accepted as well when she started dating me. Yeah, Allie is a fantastic help as well. So are my buddies Leo and Dextro. I haven't been able to speak to Leo recently because he's been offline a lot, and Dextro is moving back into college. So I haven't been speaking to them as much, and while Allie does work, like, between those three and my best friend Alex, and my best friend Ryan, like, and you guys even, like, over in the WMW Discord and over in Fish's Discord. I don't know if any of you guys are here right now, but like, there's no amount of words that can describe how grateful I am for the circle of people that I call my friends, and for the communities that I'm a part of, and it means so much to me that you guys took a couple hours out of your day to listen to me just talk. And as I said, it's not something I look forward to doing. It's something that needed to happen though. And yeah, just because, and even though people from my other communities aren't here, that doesn't mean that I don't want to be a part of those communities. But and it doesn't mean that like I think any less of these communities. But like, playing this movie community and the OS community that the OS Tony players community that I'm a part of helped me through so much, and this is no exception. Yeah, it's good to get it out of this vent as well. It's something I knew I needed to do. I knew I needed to do it in order for me to move forward. I can't let this chapter of my life, the first 21 years of my life, the first 21 and a half years of my life, haven't been kind to me. And now that I'm in Pittsburgh, now that I'm living with a better family, straight up better family, like, I hate asking for things. I only feel like asking for things whenever I feel like I've worked for them. And this family is significantly better because I don't have to sit there and worry about, am I going to be called a worthless pile of trash who should just do his chores? Like, my grandparents and my dad are, like, supportive of me. Like, they don't understand it. I don't understand why the things that I do that help me, but they're super supportive, they're super helpful. And so are you guys. And I may not be able to talk about the thing that helps me to you guys because it's an embarrassing subject, and it takes a lot out of me. The thing that Neku told me on Wednesday, it was Wednesday, whenever I vented that day, where he talked about, I want to be the person who's there for everyone. I want to be the person that everyone can rely on. So I don't want to ask other people for help. That is exactly me. And the entire day, I was just like, man, I'm out of these things, and I need to help me with my depression. And I don't want to ask for them because they're relatively expensive compared to the other things that I could be asking for. But after that chat, I was just like, hey, I'm out, and I need these. And they were like, sure. We don't understand, but you do you. And yeah, I should probably actually focus on the game a tiny bit because we're sitting here watching the the Pokemon dance up and down. Dun, dun, dun. But like, it's super refreshing to me to be a part of these communities, and like, I wanna push forward my stream. I have to push forward my stream. I want to become partnered on Twitch, which requires me getting up to 75 average views. I have the other requirements down because I stream 7 hours a day. And I want to build my community out of the communities I'm a part of, because you guys are my friends, and I want my community to feel like they're my friend, and I want my community to feel like they can come to me about anything as well. Because while I may not speak about the super embarrassing thing, and like, yes, I'm sure that some of you are wondering, but while I may not speak about the super embarrassing thing, it's a thing. I'm talking about this very, very big, like, if I was a blank white piece of paper, it would be like this giant black dot right in the center. And it would be like slowly spreading over the paper. That's what depression for me has been. But now it feels like got a bottle of white out and I'm slowly filling in that dark circle. And it feels so much smaller now. And while I'm able to talk about this big part of my life, I want you guys to feel like you can talk to me as well. And I feel like I can trust you guys to sit down and have this heart to heart with you. That was absolutely necessary for me to have. And like, while it may not be my general 2 to 5 stream, it's going to be probably a 2 to 4 stream because I don't want to talk about this for another hour. Because it's still super hard to talk about, and like as I said, I'm kind of tearing up, not because I'm sad or because I want to quit talking about it, but I'm tearing up because I'm happy that I'm able to talk about it. I'm tearing up because I know that you guys are there for me. I'm tearing up because it's it's a relief. It feels like I'm getting a lot off of my chest. It feels like I can talk to you guys about this thing that has been a plague on my life for the past for the past over a year now. It's been a really big plague for the past 9 months, 8 months. January was 7 months ago, but 8 months because December was when all of the problems started stockpiling on each other. 2017 and 2018 have not been my years. Hell, 2007 to 2018 were not my years. But I know that I can move forward, if that makes sense. And being able to move forward is exactly what um, is exactly what I need. And what am I thinking? And this stream is exactly what I needed to move forward. I think I'll finish this dungeon and work on the. I do not want to chat it. Oh my goodness. I lost my train of thought. Apologies. I was talking about this chat is what I needed to move on. Because you can't just sit on something. If that makes sense. And I can be sincerely honest about my depression. And as I said, I wasn't afraid of talking. I didn't. It's not like I was like I never want to talk about my depression. It was I don't want to sound like a sellout. Going, hey, you guys should watch my stream because I have depression, and if it would make me feel a lot better if you guys watch. I like that was my biggest fear about the stream and everything. Um, but now that it's out of the way, it's like this is exactly talking about it is exactly what you need to do. Well, what I needed to do. And it's not going to help everyone. I know that. I know that some people will actually need therapy. But if my therapy involves me doing things that other people would consider embarrassing or whatever, and I myself do consider it moderately embarrassing, but like not to the point where I'm like I can't do this. It's to the point where I know it's embarrassing, but I have to do this. And like the entire point was to tell you guys, hey, I'm getting better, and I'm actually able to push forward through my stream, and I'm actually able to work on being the streamer that I know I can be, the streamer I know I want to be, and I'm actually able to push forward for partnership and affiliation. Well, I already have affiliation, but I'm actually able to push forward for partnership. The big problem is I need to find a way to advertise myself without feeling bad, and I need to find out like a way to actually build up a community, how to get people to come in and how to get people to stay. But yeah, I think I'm done talking for now. I think that I've spoken about everything I need to speak about. The other thing I was going to speak about is, hey guys, do you know, well, what do you guys want to watch? What do you guys want to see? Because like I would have more people here and stuff like that, but that's not an important topic. And because it's not an important topic, I don't need to talk about it this time, and I know I can talk about it in the Discord servers and stuff like that. So for now, I am going to end the stream. I know that it's an hour early, but I can't bring myself to talk about this for another hour because it is super hard to talk about, and like I don't know what else to talk about. I feel like I've said everything that I needed to say. So instead of wasting more time, I feel like it's best if I say goodbye for now. I will be I will still be doing my 9 o'clock stream. I don't know what I'll be playing because I did finish Emerald and Breath of the Wild. I might do Leaf Green's post game and finish that, but I feel like I've talked enough this stream, and this is like we got the serious stream out of the way. The stream that I needed to have before I could focus on actually improving my streams and improving myself. If that makes sense. And now that we've had this discussion, we can go forward with an open mindset and focus on improving the stream. But we've been streaming for about 2 hours, so I know that I started early to let people get in, but I've been working on this all week, so now that it's out of the way, I'm just gonna say thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all later whenever I do my 8 o'clock stream. I'll actually turn the desktop audio back up. Now you can actually hear the music. Thank you guys so much for watching. It seriously means a lot that you guys are here for me, and that you guys sat through this. I know it's not the easiest of discussions to have, and most people don't want to hear about this, but yeah. See you later, Barrett. And see you later, everyone else who decides to come to my 9 o'clock stream. Bye bye.